There's something really special about the Android community. As we travel around the world and meet developers, we're really struck by the spirit of innovation and helpfulness, and really how everyone is working together to build a better Android.
I'm so excited to go to Android Dev Summit and meet the developers I've been following online since I started learning Android.
The Android Developer Summit for me will be my first. I'd like to hear about all the awesome new libraries and things that Google has planned for us as Android developers.
As a platform, we build the foundations, the building blocks, the tools, but really the way that developers take those technologies and create new businesses, new apps, new games on top of it in ways that we could have never imagined is just so special to see.
I didn't have a degree to back me up, but I started participating in Android meetups. With this little community of people online, I felt more and more confident on my skills. I wouldn't have thought that in 7 years you would be running your own Android meetup. I would have said, you're crazy.
The Android community has been hugely influential to where I am today. You've got a massive community of people to reach out to, something that you actually depend on for your career. It's not all about take, it's also about giving back.
It's so inspiring to hear stories about developers like Zara and Nick who have had a chance to join the community, grow through it, and are now giving back and helping others grow.
Giving back to the community and being involved in it as you can is vitally important to this whole ecosystem of Android.
This is a really good feeling to be with people who speak the same language as you, even though we're all from different countries, but we all speak Android.
Welcome to the stage, Dave Burke.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the 2019 Android Developer Summit. It is awesome to have so many developers here to talk about the hottest topics in Android development. So in addition to the many Google engineers we have today, we have over 700 developers in person from 65 countries, as well as thousands of you joining on the live stream. So welcome everybody. Now, computing has gone through a pretty amazing evolution in my lifetime. I can clearly remember my first computer. I was 8. It was a BBC Micro from a company in the UK called Acorn. And I can still recall that feeling of wonder, of possibility, where I could dream up ideas and bring them to life. I remember my primary objective being 8 was to build a defense system to protect my bedroom from my older sister snooping. And so I rigged a photoresistor to the analog joystick port, and then it could detect an intruder breaking a beam. And then I used, I think it was a cassette motor relay to fire a peg gun and then shoot intruders. I get on a lot better with my sister nowadays, so that's good. The company that built the BBC Micro, Acorn, it went on to design one of the first commercial RISC PCs. It was called the Archimedes. And then in the early 1990s, they set out and created a startup, little known at the time, called ARM. And of course, today, billions of phones around the world are powered by ARM's RISC processors. And the other ingredient you'll find in these phones, of course, is Android. And this is the part of the keynote where I usually mention the 2.5 billion devices. But when the Android team began, the team didn't know for the first couple of years if there would even be one user, let alone if the project would continue. And there were many companies thinking about and working in this space at the time, and it wasn't clear that Android was the one that was going to shine through. But 14 years later, here we are, and Android's powering not just phones and tablets, but auto and wearables and TV and so on. And part of why this happened was, one was a team that worked, really, really hard on this platform. But a lot of it was also timing, right? It was a convergence of hardware capability and an industry that needed this kind of platform. But a huge part of it was the ecosystem that built up around Android, from the device makers to the app developers. And building an ecosystem is just a really hard thing to do. It's something we strive hard to do well. And it's why we get excited by events like today, where we get to spend time together and to envision a future together. Because for many reasons, you are all a reason for why Android has 2.5 billion devices. Now, usually when I talk about Android, it's typically an I/O setting, and I'm talking about the next release. What I wanted to do today was just talk about 5 distinct work streams that I think are important for Android I'm thinking about Android. It's time to get this thing started and dig in a bit deeper. And so I'm excited to invite Steph up to the stage to take it from here. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So Dave started us off with a window into some of his long-term thinking and how it's shaping Android. Today, I want to shift gears now, and let's focus on developers and what's coming for you today. So today, Android's momentum is amazing, with over 2.5 billion users, as Dave talked about. But today also marks another new milestone. Over 250 members of the Android team. They're all here to meet you. And you can find out when your favorite team will be here just by looking in the Dev Summit app. The live stream will cover everything that happens on the main stage, plus interviews and more. So I'd like to thank you for your time today and ask you to enjoy Android Dev Summit. Thank you.
Okay, and I think we're live. So hello, welcome to the Android Dev Summit 2019 and very first ever Ask Android livestream. I'm Lila Fujiwara, and I'm an Android developer advocate.
And I'm Dan Galpin, also an Android developer advocate, and I'm Lila's manager, which means I'm ultimately responsible for everything that I say and everything that she says.
Yep. All right, so let's get to it. All summit long, the hashtag AskAndroid team will be answering your questions on form factors, Jetpack Compose, Kotlin, coroutines, CameraX, community, architecture components, Android 10, and so much more.
How about tools? Yeah, Android Studio.
And tools, which is happening right now.
All right, so if you already have a burning question or you're excited about something you saw in the keynote, well, there's no need to wait. Tweet at hashtag AskAndroid for a chance to see your questions answered live during the Android Developer Summit.
And you can also put your questions on the live stream, so
yes.
Either way. Okay, so finally a big shout out to everybody that's participating on the live stream from around the world. I have a few countries here. Bangladesh, welcome, Kenya, Congo, Brazil, Indonesia, Germany, Netherlands, Pakistan, India, Nepal, Mexico, and the faraway land of Palo Alto.
We have a jam-packed show for you today, so let's get rolling.
Place to place in your application flow, and new windows pop up. It's better user experience if you can stay within one activity. If you have deep links, maybe that's a multiple activity navigation situation.
Okay,
all right.
Cool. So I think that we are about to wrap up, but just with Chet and Tor, so thank you so much for joining us. Any last things to say to the live stream?
Hi.
Try Studio 4.0.
Okay, try Studio 4.0.
Check out the Android Developers Backstage podcast and submit your questions to hashtag AskAndroid.
All right, okay. So we're about to jump into, I think, like a 1 minute long break, and we are going to then be joined by Dave Burke and Steph, who are fresh for the main stage right after their keynote address. So please stay tuned.
morning and welcome to What's New in Jetpack Compose. I don't know why it's called that because this is not really what the talk is about. It's more what is Jetpack Compose. Anyway, I'm Romain Guy. I manage the Android Toolkit team at Google.
I'm Clara Vallarri. I'm a tech lead on the Toolkit.
And I'm Adam Powell, and I'm also a tech lead on the Toolkit.
And the Toolkit now is also Jetpack Compose.
As part of that. And tomorrow we have a talk from Leland, who's in our compiler and runtime team, and will explain a lot more on how the insides of Compose work and kind of demystify the compiler and what we're doing behind the scenes. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thanks.
everyone. I'm Florina Montanescu, and I'm a developer advocate.
I'm Daniel Santiago, and I work on the Android Toolkit team.
Room was created to simplify working with databases in Android by adding compile time check queries and an easier way
The incremental annotation processor, schema default values, and expanded projections are also very useful. So try it out, let it know. If you have any issues or problems, come talk to us. We'll be in the sandbox. Thank you.
Thank you.
hello from the Android Dev Summit 2019, and welcome back to the Ask Android livestream, where we're going to be taking your questions and turning them into delectable Android answers. My name is Lila.
And I'm Dan. And next up to answer your questions about Jetpack Compose are Anna Chiara Bellini and Adam Powell. Now, Anna Chiara is a PM on Jetpack Compose, while Adam is one of the engineering leads.
Okay, and I just want to give a quick shout out to our live stream. Gokul is staying up late to watch us, so thank you, Gokul.
Yay.
All right, first question. Nick Forzed asks, is this going to be, and this being Jetpack Compose, the preferred way to make UI in the future?
It's my preferred way.
My preferred way as well.
Okay, not biased at all, right?
Okay, a question that came in from the live stream from Jason Ostrand. Most pressing question on my mind, how does Android app architecture
what's already been kind of constructed under the hood for you.
All right, awesome. So I think that our time is just about up. Thank you so much, Anna Chiara and Adam, for stopping by to answer our community's questions about Compose. We're going to take a super quick break right now, and we're going to be right back with our Camera X experts.
If you're just joining us, we're live in Sunnyvale, California at the 2019 Android Dev Summit, and this is hashtag Ask Android.
Okay, so joining us right now are Vineet Modi and Trevor McGuire, who are going to be fielding questions about Camera X. Vineet is the product manager for Camera X, and Trevor is part of the Camera X engineering team.
All right. So Kalahandi M asks, so when will you release the stable version of a Camera X API? Everyone wants to know this.
So we're pretty excited to share that Camera X will be beta end of this year, and then
to your local time. Hashtag Ask Android will be back in about 2.5 hours at 3:35 PST. We're going to be answering your questions about the Android community, Google developer experts, Google developer groups, what the difference between those two things are, getting started with Android, and more. During this whole period of time, we're going to be monitoring the live stream, so just make sure to keep asking your questions with the hashtag Ask Android hashtag. All right, see you soon.
right, welcome to our session on what's new in Android Studio. My name is Jamal, and I have with me Tor today. Today we're going to talk about all the latest new features inside of Android Studio, plus take a deep dive on some things you heard about during the Android Developer Summit keynote. As a framework for our session, check those out as you're trying out Android Studio. And with that, please download Android Studio Canary to try these features out. Again, I'm Jamal, and I'm Tor, and this is Tor, and thanks for coming to our session.
Hello, my name is Chris Baines, and I'm an engineer on the Android Developer Relations team.
I'm Rohan. I'm a PM on the Android System UI team. We're going to be talking to you about Going Edge Edge. So for those of you who don't know what the term is, we'll get into that, but I kind of want to set the stage a little bit and talk about navigation.
But it's close to there. So this is something you may want to consider. And for any questions, we'll be upstairs for the Q&A. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Work Manager Beyond the Basics. My name is Samir Kataria.
Hi, I'm Rahul Ravikumar.
And we're going to be talking a little bit about Work Manager, which is Jetpack's deferrable constraint-based background processing library. And we'll be covering a lot of intermediate and advanced topics. These are your artifacts. So the work runtime, RxJava 2, testing, and GCM artifacts are all there. And thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, live from the floor of the 2019 Android Dev Summit, and welcome back to today's next session of the hashtag Ask Android live stream. I'm Dan Galpin, and this is my co-host, Lila Fujiwara.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here at ADS 19, and we are straight in the Android sandbox.
There's lots of sand everywhere, you can tell.
Yes. So next up, we got a topic that I am pretty biased about, and I added to the list. So it is Android Community. We're going to be learning about how to start
That's going to be the last word. Thank you both to Murat and to Ben for joining us.
And just as a sort of repeat, you can look up GDG groups on the GDG website. GDE program, I also believe, has a website out there. We mentioned Code Labs, which are online training tutorials, Udacity courses, the new Advanced Android launched. Anything training-wise I'm missing?
That sounds pretty good.
All right, yeah, so we hope that you take this as inspiration to get involved in your local community. We're going to take a short break right now from Ask Android, but we will be back at 5:10 PDT to talk to Chris Baines and Fred Chung about Android 10. As always, we are actually taking your questions live, so just use the Ask Android hashtag for a chance to see them answered right here. So next up, you're going to learn about the Android X WebKit library.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Nicolas.
Hi, I'm Oscar. I'm a software engineer in Design Tools.
Hi, I'm Paris. I'm an interaction designer for Design Tools.
Hi, I'm John. I'm in Design Tools as well.
So today we're going to talk about Design Tools in Android Studio and, So, as you can tell, there's a lot of stuff that we've been working on, and we're super excited about them. We would encourage you to try them, give us feedback. The Canary is out, beta is out, and of course, it's going to be an iteration. We're going to improve them. We have lots of ideas, as you can imagine, but we really think that as it stands today in 4.0, it's already a very, very powerful tool, and we can't wait to see what you're going to create with it. As I mentioned, 3.6 beta 2, I think, maybe, is out, so give it a try for those refinement that we talked about. 4.0 is available today, and 2.0 beta 3 for constantly out has been released today as well. So the other thing is to keep in mind that we have all those different design tools now,
and it's starting to build up a pretty large picture, and they really work well together. They really, if you use one in isolation, that's great, and they are really nice, but keep in mind, you have all those other stuff that will help you during your work. And on that note, to help us, please do file bugs. There's the issue tracker. I promise you, we do look at those bugs, and sometimes we do fix them as well. And, but it is, as I mentioned earlier, we try to build tools that have lay out Code Lab a little after.
20
so
minutes.
yeah, so you can pass by, we can answer questions, you can do the Code Lab with us. We're more than happy to have questions answered. Thank you.
Hello from the floor of the 2019 Android Dev Summit, and welcome back to today's final session of the hashtag Ask Android live stream. I'm Dan Galpin, and this is my co-host, Lila Fujiwara. Once again, we're here to ask experts questions that have been tweeted to hashtag Ask Android or asked in the live chat.
And those those experts are Chris Baines and Fred Chung for your question-asking pleasure. So Chris and Fred are both Android developer advocates, with Chris leading advocacy around the system UI changes in Android, such as dark mode, which I have a pin for up here, gesture nav. On the other hand, Fred focuses on privacy changes and China developer follow us on Medium.
Android developers on Medium.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and thank all of you for joining us from around the world for this very first Ask Android live stream. This concludes today's broadcast. We'll be back here tomorrow for another edition of hashtag Ask Android, starting at 11:55 a.m. PST.
And from me as well, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow. In the meantime, do keep tweeting us your questions with the hashtag AskAndroid hashtag. And if you want a deeper dive, go ahead and subscribe to the Android Developers YouTube channel.
Maybe you shouldn't clap just yet. When you'll see some of the slides, you might change your mind. So, hi, I'm Romain Guy. I manage the Android Toolkit team at Google.
I'm Matthias.
And Matthias and I both work on this project called Filament that's available on GitHub. It's a 3D rendering engine that supports multiple platforms, including Android, and it's used on on the GPU. And we're out of time, and that was it. Thank you, everyone.